Is the information disclosed in this video secret or forbidden? Listen to what follows and judge for yourself. Contrary to popular and uninformed opinion, there is no reason on earth why you should live your life as a virtual slave, a milk cow to the elites. Virtual slave, I can hear you say in disbelief. Yes, a virtual slave. But let me clarify what I mean by putting it another way. A slave is someone whose life and economic value has been captured, enslaved. He is owned by and forced to work for another, with only the bare minimum of food and shelter in return. If such food and shelter is only worth 40% of the slave's labour value, then it's obvious he is being robbed of at least 60% of his life's work and effort. So how would you describe a hypothetical free worker who is taxed at the rate of 60%, someone who is also losing the lion's share of his life's labour value? I'd say the slave and the free worker are equally enslaved in this case. What does this have to do with you, a supposed free person living in a free country? Everything. In today's democratic welfare state, your life's work and effort is plundered by taxation. This money is used to support the elites and their global agenda, the politicians and civil servants who rule over you, and the lives of those who are deemed incapable of paying their own way. In other words, the value of your life's effort is being siphoned off, just as if you were a slave. The reality is this: you are paying taxes at least equal to 60% of your income, which means you are losing 60% of your life's labour value. When you add up all taxes, income, sales, VAT, GST, property, gasoline, excises and duties, not to mention corporate tax, which is loaded into the price of everything you buy, and the hidden tax of inflation, the total tax take is certainly more than 60%. And at that level of taxation, read robbery, any distinction between slave and free worker is dubious, to say the least. And remember, taxation is not really about building roads, fighting crime and running the post office, or even helping people in need. No, it's about one thing only: control. The disturbing facts are your life is not your own. Your assets are at risk of forfeiture. Your money is not your own. You are burdened by bureaucratic regulations. You are treated like a serf in the Middle Ages. You are numbered, registered and watched. And you are told what you can and cannot do, even in the most personal of situations. In other words, you are a slave of the system. But unfortunately, it gets worse. Not only are you taxed to perdition, but every aspect of your life is increasingly controlled by the government, the very entity that's supposed to represent and serve you. Representation is a fiction, of course. Public servants are in reality our masters. We vote them in, but they use their position to trash our freedoms in every possible way. But it doesn't have to be like that. If you've got the determination to climb out from under this life-draining, bureaucratic deadweight, then there is a way to escape, permanently. There is a way to attain more personal and financial freedom, and if that interests you, then stay tuned. But first, you have to make some hard choices. Either you are a slave, or you are free. Either you are owned and controlled by someone else, or you are a self-owner, responsible for your own life and capable of making your own decisions. Either someone else claims sovereignty over you, or you assert your rights as a self-governing, sovereign individual. If you are with me so far, then the two most critical questions you need to ask yourself are: am I willing to accept the slave status quo, or do I want freedom? And if you choose freedom, then ask yourself, am I prepared to take the necessary action to achieve it? If your answer is yes, then I have some good news for you. It is possible. You can escape, and certainly you can achieve more freedom. There is a powerful set of freedom strategies you can discover and apply to your own life, strategies that will have a dramatic impact on the level of freedom you enjoy. I know because I use them myself and can show you exactly how to do the same. My name is David MacGregor, and for over 12 years now I've been living off the grid. No, not the electricity grid, or living in the backwoods as a survivalist. I'm talking about the real power grid, the power that the elites and their minions exercise over the masses, the power that enables them to control and manipulate everyone to their own advantage, the power they have over you. This power is exercised by governments who do the bidding of the elites in fascist-style collaboration with big finance and big media. For keep in mind, democracy is just an illusion of freedom to stop the masses from rioting in the streets. The reality is disturbingly different. To step outside the elite's control matrix, it is necessary to play divide and rule with the nation-states of the world, just as they have played that game with us for centuries. And how do you do that? You play one state off against another, using their own rules. You reject the nation-state paradigm and use the laws and regulations of each nation to your own advantage. You do this by applying what is known as the Six Flag Strategy, a way of internationalizing your life and stepping outside the slave pen that is your own nation-state. You can learn how to become a citizen of the world rather than a slave of just one nation. And the good news is I can show you how to do this 100% legally. Yes, you can remove the shackles from your life by reinventing yourself as an international citizen, either gradually over time or in a series of decisive steps. And to assist you, I have created a unique online information resource and community of like-minded people, precisely for those who want to learn how to apply the Six Flag Strategy to their own lives. It's a private membership service called Sovereign Life, which discloses and discusses everything you need to know about increasing your personal and financial freedom. I invite you to check out the membership details outlined on the page below, exactly what you get and what it costs, and to also read the testimonials of some of our existing members. Real testimonials from real people. We have over 2,800 members from all over the English-speaking world, people who are determined to live freer lives, and I invite you to step out of your comfort zone and join us. It could be the best decision you've ever made, and an important turning point in your own life. In closing, I'll leave you with a final word of wisdom, an old Chinese proverb that says, of all 36 ways to get out of trouble, the best way is leave. So if you're looking to leave the slave pen, Sovereign Life can provide an escape route. Learn more about membership and how to get started now by reading the additional information below.